with a Tina Turner song, Simply the Best. And the video consists of scanned images of what can loosely be called my credentials. So basically, my degrees and any other awards that I've won over the years. And I think it's interesting that the video has received 18 views since it's been up 8 hours ago, 18 views, but not a single like and not a single comment. So how did 18 people watch this video but not one of them was moved to like it or comment? Because it's a very personal video, and whatever you may think of me or my, like, I would think if I was to watch this and it was for somebody else, I would write something like, "Oh, good job, you've got a lot to be proud of," or like I'd write something. Like, I wouldn't just leave with nothing to say and just let I don't get people. I don't get them. Like, how can you watch this and find out something so personal about me, but you're not moved to say a damn thing? Like, I guess, like, you're just a spy then. That's all it's just a job for you. Like, you don't really care. Pathetic. So let's take the camera off me. So I'm going to explain at least what's going on with these so-called they are credentials, but it's kind of a loose term. I'm going to explain what's going on with them. Okay. So first of all, I should have done this in landscape mode, but whatever. Can't change it. All right. Okay. So the first image that comes up in this video is what was called a Go card. So it's like a proof that you are a student, a high school student, so that way you would be eligible to pay a reduced rate for the bus in Vancouver. Okay, so that's what this is. But it was also used as, basically picture ID for underage people. So this was my school, Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School in Vancouver, and the principal's name was Dr. Druggy. I mean, you can't make it up. And this was in 1995-96. Okay, so that would have been when I was in grade 11, right? Because I finished in 97 for my grade 12, but I didn't actually graduate, but that's another story. Okay, so there I am, just to set the stage. Then the next thing to come up, I might as well just so what do we have here? This is a letter from the high school that I went to saying, "We're pleased to advise you that your application to enroll in the International Baccalaureate Preparation Year has been accepted." Okay, so this is talking about International Baccalaureate, or IB. So this is a more rigorous, more demanding curriculum than the standard curriculum. It was originally set up, the international part, it was originally set up by diplomats who would travel around the world doing on their work, and they wanted their kids who were traveling with them to be able to have the same curriculum no matter where in the world they happen to be living it for that year. So that's how the International Baccalaureate program started. And it's very rigorous. It was like the hardest I ever worked pretty much in my life. And it's grade 11 to grade 12, but grade 10 is what they're calling this preparatory year. Okay. Right. Right. I ended up dropping out of it. I did go into the full IB program, but then I ended up dropping out of it because it was in grade 11 when I started coming out as gay and started going downtown to the Gay and Lesbian Center, and it made it so that I couldn't focus on school, and like IB demands a lot of focus. So I ended up dropping out of it entirely. Although I did finish geography, IB geography. Okay, so this is, and if you think about the family life that I was coming from, my parents were drinking and partying all the time. They were on welfare. They didn't even know that I was writing these tests to get into the IB program. Like, they didn't even know what it was or anything. You know, whereas most of the other kids who were in this program got pushed into it by their parents. My parents didn't even have any fucking clue what I was doing. You know, so it was hard. And I just have to play the video to get to the next song, the next image. It's easier that way. So here we have. Okay, this is a letter that was sent from the school board just congratulating me that, so I understand from Ms. Dawson, she's a social studies teacher, that you are a member of the grade 9 team, which placed second in the recently completed 1994 American Express Geography competition. I want to add my congratulations to you on achieving such a significant honor. Your topic, does region affect what you wear, sounds fascinating and obviously impressed those who judged the over 300 entries received. Churchill School earned 3 of the 6 top awards in the competition. It is indeed a credit to the students and the teachers that one school could earn so many awards in a single competition. Right. And so that's when I went to Toronto. That was my first time ever on a plane. I mean, you know, like I said, I was like a poor kid on welfare. So the first time I was ever on a plane, I earned it by winning this competition. And of course, it was a geography competition. You know, I've always been a geographer. And the girls in my group, they was all girls. I was the only boy. They wanted to do something about fashion, right? They wanted to have a project about fashion. Okay, well, where's the geography in that? Like, you have to make it about geography. So that was my brain making it into being about geography. So that's the question of, does region affect what you wear? And so we actually did. I mean, it's perfect that the competition was sponsored by American Express, a credit card company, because I actually did the right. So we went to 3 different malls in different parts of Metro Vancouver, and interviewing people about their fashion choices. So the idea was that people in different parts of the city, different parts of the region, dress differently depending on where they live. I mean, that's right up American Express's or any credit card company's alley in a way. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of a hokey project, really, looking back to it, but I guess it was pretty good for grade 9 students. Um, so it was a pretty big deal for me that I won that. And, you know, I've put this on my resume for years just to show that, you know, I have a long-standing history as a geographer. And nobody seems to ever care. But that's fine. It's their loss. Okay. So on this one, okay, this is just the letter from American Express. I know you will take the skills you have learned in putting together such a well-researched and creative study with you in future endeavors. Yeah, I have. I did. But you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Employers don't fucking care. So whatever. It never translated. None of my academic accomplishments have ever translated into anything work world related. So that's fine. This is this is just a reference letter from my landlord, corporate landlord that I had when I was being renovicted. So that's a term meaning evicted for renovations. The entire building was evicted. Actually, did fight it and was able to put it off for a little bit and get some money for myself as well as the rest of the tenants. Again, no recognition in the work world of my accomplishment with that. But yeah, just that what you know, like that you would need to get a written, like almost like an employer, like a reference letter, but not from an employer. It's from a landlord. I mean, that's how cutthroat the rental market is in Vancouver. Um, so there you go. That's all that's about. Okay, so this is a scholarship I got when I was at Kwantlen. So I did not finish, like I was saying. I mean, I was a top student in high school, but I didn't actually finish high school because things got derailed when I started coming out as gay, and school stopped being my focus. So I didn't go back to school until, so I would have finished grade 12 in 97, but didn't actually graduate. Didn't go back to school until 2003 when I went to Kwantlen University College here. As a mature student, you didn't need to have grade 12. You just needed to have a B or higher in English 12, and you could go enroll as a mature student. So that's what I did, and I got a lot of scholarships when I was at Kwantlen. So this is would have been the largest scholarship I think I received when I was there. The Richmond Review Scholarship. So Richmond Review is the name of a local newspaper. Okay, and one of Kwantlen's three campuses is in Richmond, so that's the connection there. Here we are looking at, okay, this was big deal. This was a turning point in my life. So I received a $10,000 transfer scholarship. So like I was saying, I went to Kwantlen, getting back into school in 2003, but you couldn't finish your degree there. Not maybe you can now, but then you couldn't. So I was transferring to Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, and as part of that, I got a $10,000 scholarship, transfer scholarship. It was broken down into four semesters. So each semester for 4 semesters, I got $2,500, which was more than enough to cover my tuition. And this really set me on my path, and there were times when I might have backed away from school, but because I got this scholarship, it made me so that I had to be committed to doing my best. It brought the best out in me that I was rewarded with this, and it pushed me to excel even further. So I got straight A's and A pluses all through university, and so there you go. This was a huge deal. This was a huge deal for me, and yeah. This is, by the way, this is the largest transfer scholarship that SFU offered at that time. Golden Key International Honor Society. I don't know. It sounds like something the Illuminati would be a part of, honestly. I didn't know about them, though. They just get a list of all the high achievers and offer you membership in their society. It's marketing, basically. This is unofficial transcript from SFU. So my cumulative GPA was 4.12. 4 is an A, 4.33 is A plus. So between A and A plus was my cumulative GPA. I mean, that's good. Open undergraduate scholarship. I mean, I've got a few images in here from that. It's not just the only time I ever received it. I got the open scholarship the whole time I was at SFU. You just had to have a minimum GPA of 3.6, 3.7. My GPA never went below 4. So I always had the open scholarship as well as the transfer scholarship that we were just looking at. So this is now I'm graduating and in 2008, and they're letting me know, SFU is letting me know that I'm very pleased to inform you that you have been selected by the Department of Geography to receive the annual award of the Canadian Association of Geographers. So the Canadian Association of Geographers gives an award annually to the most outstanding student graduating in a geography honors major program at each university across Canada. Okay, so that means I graduated top of my class. Like I was the most, nobody, simply the best, okay? The most outstanding student graduating that year from my school in geography. And I mean, I'm a geographer. I'm born as a geographer. I was interested in geography from the time of being a child. Like, I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, I am one of Canada's top geographers, really. And then they said something about hosting a reception. We would like to present the award to you at that time. So something about a book prize. So they gave me a book too. I mean, they really, I mean, it was nice. I mean, these people don't even talk to me now, you know, but they used to be really nice to me. So there's the Canadian Association of Geographers undergraduate award in 2008. So yeah, the people who decided that I was the top student, you know, the professors at SFU, they won't even talk to me now because, you know, I supported Trump because I watched news from Rebel News, like because I'm on the wrong side of political correctness, that they've just decided that they can ignore, like Reese, they just ghost me. They ignore that I even exist. Okay, now we're getting, what was that? We're just seeing my degree and I'm talking all through it. So yeah, that is my degree. Is there something else before that? Yeah, I have a certificate in urban studies. It's just like because I chose a lot of courses to do with urban studies. So I qualified for the certificate in urban studies. But the main thing that I graduated with is this is my Bachelor of Arts, first class honors. So I had to do a regular Bachelor of Arts is 120 credits, but if you're doing an honors degree, it's 132 credits. So it's an extra 12 credits, basically an extra semester, and you have to write an honors essay. And first class is just determined by that I was top GPA, by my marks. So yeah, like this is the best, the highest, best Bachelor of Arts degree that you can get. And I'm a high school dropout, essentially. And then there's this other letter. So your name was from SFU Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Your name was among those nominated for the Dean's Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence in the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. So I was nominated for that. Like that would have been huge. Your academic achievements during your undergraduate program at SFU have been exceptional. Professors in the geography department praise you as one of the top 3 students to come out of geography's undergraduate program in the past 10 years. I've put that on my resume too. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Your honors essay on the redevelopment of the Little Mountain Social Housing Project. So that's what I ended up doing for my master's thesis as well. It distinguishes you as one of the top graduates of this faculty, right? You know. But isn't it interesting? These professors who were all loving me and nominating me for awards won't even speak to me or acknowledge my existence as a human being when I email them today, and for many years now. Okay, so here we go. I applied for a job, I didn't get it, but I got a really nice reference letter from one of my professors. Another one who probably wouldn't speak to me if he, like I haven't actually tried to speak to him, but you know, none of them speak to me. I am persona non grata. You would think I was like what did I do? What did I do that was so evil besides support Trump? Like these people are so fucking triggered and butthurt by it. Let's see what he's saying. I write to offer my enthusiastic support for Tommy Thompson's application for a position as emergency planner with eMERGE-X. He is an outstanding student, as his transcript demonstrates. He has also shown marked capacity for leadership and for teamwork. He is also a cheerful, energetic, and responsive individual, supportive of his colleagues and fully engaged in the task at hand. He will be an enormous asset to any company or department that he joins. Yeah. I don't know if too many of them see it that way. As a student in my world resources class during 2006, Mr. Thompson excelled in, I did love that course, excelled in all aspects of the course, ranking first in a class of 45, top of the class, once again. His performance in classroom discussions and on the final exam show that he understands new ideas quickly and completely, synthesizes disparate materials effortlessly, and readily identifies areas of overlap or ambiguity for further research. His communication skills are excellent. He writes like a seasoned researcher on topics both academic and practical, and speaks with eloquence, clarity, and confidence without monopolizing the discussion. I like how he put that in there. It sounds like I'm really good, right? Like, why has this never translated into anything in the work world? If anything, it just triggers people to go against me. His market report on crude oil was outstanding, elegantly composed, meticulously researched and documented. He ended up using it as an example for future classes. And alert to the effects of technological change on the supply of oil and alternative fuels, he predicted that the diversion of food grains to ethanol production might exacerbate food insecurity among the poor. This prediction has been confirmed by recent months' increase in corn prices and apparent shortages in Latin American staple foodstuffs, right? I make predictions, they fucking come true. Mr. Thompson worked with a team of 4 other students to analyze and present an excellent study of the Port of Vancouver and its role in Canada's resource industries. And that's something that a lot of people don't appreciate either. Team projects are difficult for many students since they require the strongest students to organize others who may be less gifted and motivated, and to integrate and sometimes rewrite contributions of varying quality. Some otherwise fine students fail to bring others up to their level. Tommy's group worked better than any other group I have observed in 10 years of group assignments. And I think that is a credit to his leadership as well as his research. Tommy Thompson is an outstanding scholar and an upbeat and energetic collaborator. I give him my highest recommendation. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Clapp. That was very nice of you. Yeah. So this is another reference letter. This letter is in support of Tommy Thompson's application for emergency planner position with Emergex Planning. During the summer of 2005, Tommy provided outstanding research assistance pertaining to fieldwork and laboratory analysis portions of my research project, and I fully so she was a PhD student, and I was working for her. I found Tommy to be reliable and punctual, with an ability to work very well in a team environment as well as independently with limited supervision. He has an excellent academic record and is expected to complete his BA at Simon Fraser University this year. Tommy has excellent research and writing skills and meets new and challenging environments with enthusiasm. I like this part. Tommy is unique in that he carries a strong sense of social justice. Yes, I was a social justice warrior, and participates openly in both his academic and personal spheres. He has contributed to SFU student newspaper The Peak and acts as a leader in his community. Yeah, I was, but look what happens to bold, courageous leaders. They get fucking destroyed. So that's the reason why I'm not a leader anymore. Tommy takes initiative to offer innovative ideas and focuses his energy to think critically on issues related to the environment and society that are both local and global in scale. Tommy's an outstanding kid. So there you go. I would actually be focusing more on the local, but I do care about the whole planet as well. So after I finished SFU, I just took one summer off and went straight into UBC, where I did my master's, and I had full scholarship there. I had an entrance scholarship there and other scholarships. But then I got this scholarship when I was there, which is a big, big deal. This is from the federal government. It's a SSHRC, stands for Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. So I got their master's scholarship, which is worth $17,500. So that was my funding, basically. Funded my most of what I did at UBC. I had other scholarships as well as I worked as a teaching assistant, and so that was how I paid for my master's degree. It's a pretty big deal. And I was living in Surrey because it's a horrible part of Surrey and we could never get the mail. I almost missed this because there was a problem with the mail delivery where I lived. Anyways. And this is just kind of telling me some of the details, right? Right, see this? I almost missed it because the date was June 9th, 2009. And I didn't get this until months later because there was a constant problem with mail in that part of Surrey. And nobody even knew what the fuck I was talking about because hardly anybody lived in Surrey yet who went to UBC. But yeah, you must notify the council of your decision within 4 weeks of the date on the notice of award. So 4 weeks of this date, June 9th, 2009. To do so, send the council an email. Okay, so, and then it was something like I moved, and then they had to send it to a new address. Like it was, but they didn't have a way of changing the address. Like it was very, you know, I didn't live the life of a typical academic because I was constantly moving around to do with the housing crisis. A lot of people just live with their parents. So this is just comments. This is because I was a teaching assistant at UBC. And so this is the students that I had giving their comments and rating me. And I consider this to be part of my credentials as well. And it was one of the things that I love to do the most. Again, never translated into anything work related. Instructional skills workshops. I actually took a workshop on how to be a better teacher, instructor. Again, never helped me in the work world. Never really considered to be something valuable. And then there's my master's degree. So it was all downhill after this. That was the end of the fun. And then just some pictures. So that's my, let's go back. Let's go back too fast. Nah. What a nerd, but that's when I was working for that, the girl who wrote that letter, the PhD student, her research assistant. I believe that's what I was doing there it could be at the UBC Research Forest, which is actually in Maple Ridge, nowhere near UBC. This is my crew that I hung out with as a bachelor's student, undergraduate student at SFU. Some of them I even go back as far as Kwantlen. Not really friends with any of these people anymore. Paulo, he was cool, and David. I had a huge crush on him. Could you blame me? No, but he was a good friend. He was a good friend. And some of these people were quite annoying, but, you know, they were fun for a while. And there I am at the Little Mountain Housing Project, painting on one of the boarded up boards, you know. And we tied ribbons into the fencing, and there I am painting as well. And that's near Whistler on a retreat when I was at UBC. Okay, so those are my qualifications. Those are my academic credentials. I had a decorated career as a university student, and I really excelled, and I'm proud of it, and it's my greatest accomplishment. And I mean, it's bittersweet though, because it's never like I keep saying, it's never translated into anything into the work world. It's really, I have nothing enduring to show for it other than my student loan debt. Um, and even the people, like my contacts there, people who would write me reference letters and whatnot, have all turned against me because of politics. So I'm still the same person that they said all those things about. I still have the same beliefs and opinions and everything. Like, it's just pretty much like, it's not like I've had some radical change. They're the ones who's changed, really. Because all these people, if you would have asked them back then if they support free speech, they'd be like, yes, of course we do. Yeah, but they don't anymore. So they're the ones who have changed, not me. And I think it's pretty appalling. But so all I have is my integrity. Like, right? Like, I don't have any money or any physical things, material things to show for it. So all I have is my integrity. So it means everything to me, and it's the last. I would never sacrifice it for anything. Um, and I'm proud of that. And I'm just never going to change. So YouTube can do whatever the fuck they want. They can hide my channel and make it so that I don't get any interaction. I'm never going to change. I'm never going to change. So I think I should probably start focusing on my Rumble channel again. Yeah. Anyways, thanks everyone. Peace out.